play either on an auxiliary or from your phone?
That's what I'm going to do today.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it already connected.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What was that over there, Ruby? Wusa, you gonna have us? We're gonna meditate. All right, Felicia, can you hear us? We good on that side? You see, my sound be on point all the time. Like I got mine down. Go ahead and tell us what you did this morning, Miss Britt.
Oh, this morning I woke up and immediately had to take care of babies running around.
Done.
So, can we pull her mic closer to her face? And yeah, and make sure she's about a fifth away, and raise her level because she has a very soft voice.
Okay.
And my earphones keep bouncing from side to side.
It's just the wire is shorted.
Oh,
is it shorting on that?
A little bit. Yeah. But it'll be fine. I can adjust it because it does it on mine too.
Okay. Because I can get another one, but that would take a little bit of time.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. Because right now it's fine. So.
All right, go ahead and tell us once again, Miss Brittany, what'd you do today?
This morning I woke up blessed and highly favored to be with you all today.
Yeah. No?
That was perfect.
So good.
But you're not comfortable when you're talking. The mic is too far away from her. Can you pull it out for her?
Okay.
Because she's leaning forward.
Yeah, right.
And she needs to be comfortable.
I mean, if I could be like this.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, Brother Quezzy.
Yes. What's up, Quezzy Dreams, man, with the financial plan. Bringing it to you live.
Oh, he's slamming on the
table.
Oh, he's slamming on the table.
Slamming on the table, man.
Oh, that's going to drive me bananas.
I'm just fixing because it shorts on mine too.
Okay. Right now it's fine, but.
Yeah. No, I'll just leave it like that.
No vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead over there, Ruby.
Yo.
Yo.
I can't feel my lips. That's really all I can say right now.
Oh, wow.
You sure you didn't do no shows before you got here?
I am sure. I wish I had.
Man, it's been one hell of an episode.
Not unless my dentist just threw some in my mouth when he was doing my cleaning. But yeah, I can only feel the middle of my bottom lip. So
gotta let it roll.
Just gotta do what I can do. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
All right.
Excellent. We are going live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're listening to KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland and streaming online at www.kgpc969.org. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Kenya Asa, Quezzy Dreams, and your man, Cat Fitness.
Yes.
Are y'all ready? This is Black History Month, y'all.
Yes.
Officially. And we about to go in this month. We about to bring the fire this month.
Yes, the first episode of Black History Month. And we got a very, very prestigious guest joining us in the studio today. Ruby, can we get a little introduction?
Yes, we can. Hello, people. We have a lovely guest today. Her name is Brittany Tanner. Brittany is a musical artist. She's a mother and a serial entrepreneur based in the Bay Area. All of her enterprises center the enrichment of community through healing arts. Yes. She is the owner of ATMO, an aromatherapy-based brand of products designed to enhance any atmosphere. See what I did there, y'all? Atmosphere.
Ooh, I see it.
Right? And the founder of The Song Remedy, which is a collective of healers who use heart, and there is an emphasis on the art for individual and community transformation through music, ritual, and healing circles.
Outstanding.
Brittany is also a member of Emmy Award-winning Soul Development, a hip-hop soul jazz ensemble, and a founding artist of the collective BE-IMAGINATIVE. We know a little bit already about BE-IMAGINATIVE, don't we, y'all? She is one of the inaugural musical educators of Roses in Concrete Community School. Through all of her endeavors, she uses her voice, her talents, and her vision as a healing agent for herself, her family, and her larger community. Can we get a round of applause and snaps and high fives from Miss Brittany Tanner? Thank you so much, Brittany, for joining us today. We're so excited to have you.
Welcome to the Anything Can Happen show. So the first thing I heard, Brittany, was aromatherapy, and I must say you smell amazing today.
Thank you.
That was me.
No,
Trying to give Brittany all the credit.
That ain't you, my brother.
Hey,
Sweet for you.
man.
But
It's vanilla. It's the
Outstanding.
incense I had this morning.
But how you feeling today? Talk to the people.
I am feeling well. It feels good to be here. It feels good to just be able to talk about something that I did for my community, for myself, that is healing to the community, and it just feels dope to know that people care about stuff like that and are on the same page.
Absolutely. And just give us a little origin story. So the Song Remedy, first off, that's a fantastic name. I'm sure we can assume what the intention is, but what is it really?
So the Song Remedy is a healing circle, and we use music to affirm people, and we partake in ancestral healing. So I've always been an artist. So this is kind of like the evolution of my artistry. And like I've done several things in my career as far as performing live in different venues, performing behind major artists, or writing, recording, and all of that. And through the things that I experienced in my life that I had to heal from, I had to create a space where that healing could take place. And I didn't necessarily have access to a place like that. So I created one.
Yeah, the true definition of an entrepreneur.
Yes.
That's incredible. And the Song Remedy has been in existence for how long?
We came into business September 2020.
So, it's like brand new. Wow, congratulations.
And during the pandemic too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when I think that's when a lot of people decided to take their entrepreneurial spirit and really put it to good use, because what else did we have to do?
Man.
Good for you.
Absolutely. And I'm assuming you sing as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, anything can happen. It got to happen right now. Before you leave today, you got to drop some.
I think we're gonna feature one of her songs today, y'all.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I have a
Snap.
song and then I have an instrumental. So if people want to tap in on the live and put in affirmations, I can sing a couple.
Wow.
Okay. So for all our live viewers out there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. We got to make them wait for that a little bit. But outside of the Song Remedy, who is Brittany Tanner?
I am a girl from Bakersfield.
Southern California, 661.
Country girl.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I'm from Palmdale.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So what is that, like an hour and a half away?
Give or take, like 45 minutes to an hour, something like that, depending on the traffic. You know how it goes.
Yeah. So I grew up country, and Tomboy grew up in church, singing in church.
Wow.
Super Kojic. And I kind of just always had a dream to change the world. And I didn't necessarily know how that was going to happen, but I know.
When did that dream start, if you don't want me asking?
I felt it. I felt it always.
Okay.
It's
Since-
the earliest thing I can remember as far as like that and singing.
Mm,
So as far as I can remember, I've always wanted to sing.
yeah, that's deep.
Yes, that's your calling. It's meant to be. Right. And have you always been a good singer, or did it take practice?
Well, let my family tell it. I
Mhm.
wasn't, but I was.
Yeah,
I
because you
was-
because
I
you
was in it.
know.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a singer too, and I knew when I was
Mhm.
6 years
Do,
old.
do we have a
that-
battle in the
that-
studio today?
No,
I
no,
think
because
so.
this is not about. This is about
No.
her talking about
It's
her
too early
business.
for that.
Right.
early.
Okay. It sure is. But I do believe that all artists, like singers for sure, you start singing, you're singing whatever children sing. And then at some point you hear yourself and you're like, oh,
right.
I'm better at this than most people.
Yeah.
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 And I think that's the same, that goes the same with a lot of different kinds of art. But something like an art with an auditory vibe, you get that whether you're
Yeah.
walking down the street, whether you're in the shower, you know, you start to feel. So I'm assuming that happened to you when you were really young. You were like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this might be my thing.
Yeah, this is my vibe.
Mhm.
What did changing the world look like for you at such a young age when you felt that vibe? Like, you know, saying change the world, was it like,
Yeah, I didn't know.
mm,
I honestly didn't know.
what does it feel like to you now?
Right.
Now it feels like it's coming into place, and I'm
Mhm.
starting to remind myself. I was just having a conversation with Ish, the owner of BE-IMAGINATIVE, about
Shout out
the
to
other day.
Ish.
Yeah, shout out
Ish.
my sis. But it's crazy because I really knew who I was as a child and as a youth, and then like through my teenage years and the
Adolescence?
20s. I was in my 20s, and just kind of getting out in the world. I kind of forgot what my purpose was and my mission, and like how to be on that path. I just got lost in like a lot of
Yeah, lost in those worldly ways.
Yeah.
Lost in the worldly ways.
Did we
But
cuss him?
I mean, not out loud.
We
actually asked that. I believe you're gonna have to cut that part out.
okay.
She didn't actually cuss, so
I know,
it's
I
all
know.
good.
Yes.
He is making absolute certain.
Right. Don't have Felicia bleeping us.
Yeah, but
But yeah, so I've kind of been able to find myself, now, and I'm starting to see like this is that passion that I had when I was a youth, and the thing that I was telling myself, like, you're going to change the world, and I felt like it was going to be through music or me singing, and like I said, it's evolved. So I've evolved into a lot more, and even have kind of surprised myself as far as like how much I'm capable of doing.
yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, just going back to the origin story and what originally inspired you on this mission that has led you to the song Remedy, like, who are your greatest inspirations musically, right? When you think of this person is who I aspire to be or who I'm like, who is that person?
So outside of gospel music, which is,
Oh, we can keep the gospel too.
Yeah. Kim Burrell
Oh, yes.
was it for me. Once I found her music, I was like, what am I doing? Like, you're not doing enough.
Love her.
Yeah, she's
Understand.
it. And so my mom and my grandmothers, they would have me singing CeCe Winans and
Yes,
Oh,
the Winans.
and loved the Clarks.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so all of that, all of the gospel. I think in my teenage years, I think who modeled that for me was India.Arie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How she used her music to
Yeah.
heal people and speak truth
Still.
in a way that was like so exactly still in a way that was like so matter of fact.
Yeah.
And I actually got to perform with her in New York.
With India.Arie?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to
Amazing.
perform on stage with her. We were there.
Wow.
I was one of her backup dancers back in the day. I just want to throw that out there.
We're not going to be talking about Kat's illustrious dance career that
Not
we've
yet.
talked about
If you're gonna
before.
talk about it, you gotta
Yeah,
move
we-
on,
that's-
right?
That's what I let her
Because
episode
if we're asking her to sing today a little bit, you can get on up.
We
Right,
get-
right,
get-
right.
For our live
We got a little bit of
Yeah,
space and
what-
opportunity.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of
we get
space.
1,000 viewers on the live. I'll start dancing.
That's right. There we go. That's amazing. So I've seen her live a couple of times, and it was absolutely beautiful. How was that experience for you performing with her?
It was extremely dope.
I
First
bet.
of all, it was like spur of the moment type thing.
What?
I was there performing with Soul Development. We were performing for the MLK Now.
Oh, shout out to Kariga, baby.
Yeah. That whole crew, Lauren, Felicia,
Yep.
Kariga, that is family. And so we were there performing, and we were rehearsing and doing our sound check, and NDRE was in the audience. And through sound check, she asked me afterwards, after our sound check, to sing background.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Amazing.
And what did any opportunities blossom from that, or it was just a moment?
I mean, we were like really just doing a lot of moving. So
Mhm.
I can't necessarily say like it was a specific, but it definitely you get followers for sure on social media,
Absolutely.
stuff like that.
Absolutely. The building process.
But I do want to see that moment become full circle, and
Yeah.
I would love to do some further things with her, because she is such an inspiration to me in my music.
Man,
Incredible.
it's officially in the universe. And we talk about this often, but we see the Anything Can Happen show being a hub, not just for local artists and entrepreneurs, but really for the world to come together and just connect with each other. Right? So NDRE, if you're listening, you got to hit up the song Remedy and Brittany Tanner. We're gonna make it happen.
Yes.
Outstanding. So let me ask you this. You mentioned this phrase ancestral healing, right? And that's something that's probably foreign to some of our listening audience. If you could just break that down, what does that mean?
So I have to give a shout out to Ish again, because that's where I was introduced to those practices. So BE-IMAGINATIVE, which is a healing circle for women who have lost their children to gun violence, is a collective that I was a part of, and the Emmy that Soul Development was awarded was a part of was because of When the Waters Get Deep, a documentary that we filmed with BE-IMAGINATIVE. So in those circles, I was introduced, and I mean, just kind of like being a part of Soul Development and doing a lot of the work that we had been doing in the community, I was starting to get introduced to things like libations. And, that is really prevalent in the Oakland community. We have a lot of, y'all got like a wealth of elders and culture and just connection.
The roots.
Yeah. So, I was definitely kind of, being kind of thrown into that community and those different types of circles. And so when we did the BE-IMAGINATIVE healing circles, we would pour libations and, call out our ancestors. So that healing really was what helped me to create the song Remedy, from being in those types of spaces. And I'm not really explaining.
No, I mean, you're getting into it.
Really.
It is, because it's a big conversation, right? It goes back to the conversation about ancestors and what it means to have traditional like healing practices, right? Outside of just popping the Xanax and
and in the Bay Area, I think we talk about this, especially the women and the women of color. We talk about this, I think, probably more than people in other states, possibly, because we do a lot of stuff like that. I think maybe because
on a
we're
whole different frequency.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Because I'm in several groups where we do that. And I think especially if you're in the healing field, or even if you are somebody, I know people who are not in the healing arts work, but they have that mindset and they have that innate kind of talent that that they're just starting to tap into. And one of the ways one of the ways that they do that is collecting with other people who are doing the same thing and just vibing on each other as a group, and I think that's a beautiful thing here in the Bay Area.
It is.
Absolutely. And it seems like you take your artistry very, very serious, even outside of you I would like business owner, entrepreneur through the song Remedy, right? But how would you define an artist, and what do you see as the responsibility of today's artists?
So I definitely have to go back to Nina Simone. And,
Yeah.
you know, and an artist's duty is to reflect the times. I think that it's important to speak about it. I think that there's so many things in the Black community that we don't talk about. And we can see it in today's music that a lot of things go overlooked. And I think music is very powerful. And I think it has the ability to speak things that words can't speak. And it's a feeling, and it has the ability to really change hearts and change minds.
Absolutely.
So I think I've always thought it was really important to say what we needed to say in our music and to encourage people.
Yeah.
And I feel like Black people, we got, something when you hear some good music, you know what I mean? It's a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And so I really feel convicted about singing about change.
I see.
When you say a lot of things go overlooked, tell us a little bit about what things you're talking about.
I just feel as if a lot of our music and the music that is popular, it doesn't have substance. And it's not.
You think that's by design?
Of course.
By
Of
the
course,
industry?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Let's
Yeah.
dive in.
Yeah, but I think that children and people and just the entire community need healing. And not saying that we don't need to turn up and have a good time and have Black joy.
Yeah, that's healing
Yeah.
too.
But exactly. But I do think that there are a lot of things that should be discussed via music because it's such a huge platform. It's something that nearly everybody participates in.
Yeah, and it crosses
Absolutely.
racial lines, gender lines, all the lines, societal lines, right? But let me ask you this, right? I know a lot of us have heard, of course, of Kendrick Lamar and his album To Pimp a Butterfly. And at the end, he speaks about, like in the conversation with Tupac, right? And he's talking about music being frequencies, right? Music being vibrations, right? So you talked about, like, going back into responsibility and substance, right? How do you feel like you and the Song Remedy are honoring that tradition of speaking those things that people need to hear?
So with the Song Remedy, I use people's actual affirmations in real time and sing them. So I'm literally using what it is that people are going through in that moment at that time.
You got to give us an example. You lost me.
So say somebody, I say, I want you to affirm yourself right now. And what do you need?
I am powerful.
So
I need love.
So I am powerful. I need love. I am powerful. I need love. I am powerful. I need love. I am powerful. I need love.
Beautiful.
Can we do a round of
Yeah.
applause?
I am
Can we-
healed right now.
Did y'all feel that?
I can hear
I feel
that.
powerful and I feel love right now.
It's so interesting because I think it was maybe 2 to 3 months ago, y'all had an event at agency. And I was like, okay, let me go check this out. And I heard you for the first time do it live like that. And I was like, this is power. This is really powerful.
That was incredible.
It was one of those things is like, how do you get a person, more exposure? And that's what made me think of you coming on this show, because the gift that you have and how you're utilizing that gift. Because, a lot of us, we all have gifts, but how do we utilize our gift? And taking that to a healing space and showing people how to heal themselves, you know what I'm saying? Through your voice is just an amazing thing to
And
see.
also, I think it's beautiful because, I'm a writer and as somebody that's written a lot of things about affirmations and women's wellness and spirituality. I have worked with people with affirmation stuff before, and it has never occurred to me to pair affirmations with music, which is interesting because I'm a musician and it never crossed my mind. And what I love about what you just did is that we, especially Black people in this country and all over the world, we can feel things more through music. Music is our thing, you know, and we can feel things more through music. And so pairing the voice, right? Pairing vocals with the positive affirmations and the uplifting, and not necessarily in like a long song with 8, 9, 10 verses, but something that simple, just bringing it into that tiny piece of what Kwesi had said. It feels personal to him, you know, like to the person, you know, towards him, basically. And not necessarily just a song for the masses, but a personal song for him, for what he needs right now. And I love that about the taking the affirmations that you need or something that you need to feel, and putting that in it with music. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's absolutely
even
beautiful.
though it was for him, I was still
healed.
And that's really why I created the Song Remedy. I created it for myself, and through me, you know, honoring my healing journey, I've been able to heal other people.
Absolutely.
Quick little shout out to Ish from BE-IMAGINATIVE. She said she felt that energy, you know, through the live. You know? So if anybody else has any affirmations out there watching live right now, throw some into the comments real quick. We want to get the energy flowing through here and out it back into the universe. So
drop it in the chat.
Drop it in the chat, y'all.
But let me ask you this: like, I feel like one of the reasons more people don't sing, or at least sing out loud, is because they're afraid of looking stupid, for lack of a better phrase, or like being vulnerable, right? So how is it, because you started really young, or is there like a deeper meaning that allows you to release in that way?
So it feels really good to me. It always has. I come from a very critical family, and they would get on my helmet, and I didn't care. I've just always had a confidence and a really deep conviction and knowing that this was like it for me. Singing has always like really made me feel deeply, even as a child. I was probably, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5, and asking my pastor every single Sunday to sing.
Wow.
And he would let me.
He was like, go ahead and get on that mic. Man, that's beautiful.
Well, Kwesi is speaking for himself because he wants to sing too.
Oh,
come on, Kwesi, we ready.
Give me some affirmation.
He has a voice of an angel. I've heard him sing before, y'all.
We're going to save it for the end. Let me ask you this, right? So I'm assuming you're a full-time entrepreneur, or part. I mean, obviously you're a mother as well, and I believe you're married. Is that correct?
I am not married.
Not married,
but yeah, in a relationship.
In a relationship. So you have many hats, many different roles that you wear, right? So the Song Remedy, in terms of, I'll say like an income stream, is that the only thing that you're doing?
So I have a Song Remedy. I have ATMO. I do a lot of things.
Yeah, I can tell.
How many kids do you have?
I have one.
Oh,
wow.
He is 17 months.
Oh my gosh, you baby. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. What's his name?
Akai.
I knew it was something artistic.
right. Beautiful.
Okay, excellent.
Let me ask you something, Brittany. So as we talk about music that heals, and you know, there's all kinds of music. Not one style of music is for everybody, right? And when we talk about people like India Arie, and you know, I'm thinking about people like Jill Scott, so that people that kind of have, I consider kind of a very artistic and maybe even a little bit of a wholesome vibe. And by wholesome, I really just mean that they're keeping their clothes on, right? And I wonder what your thoughts are on, you know, that kind of artistry where it isn't involving a lot of nudity or BBLs or whatever, you know, that kind of artistry, where you think that has a place moving forward, because it doesn't get the hype, you know, that a lot of other artists do who may be disrobing, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, man.
And don't get me wrong, I ain't mad at that. I'm just saying, I wonder where the place is for artists, especially female artists, who are not necessarily doing that.
I think people, are always going to come back to that. I mean, I see what it is right now, but I think, and I always say this, you might be out drinking and you might be out partying, but in the morning you're going to need some water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to need something
go to
to
church.
Hydration.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
so
that's really interesting.
So I think that it's needed, and I also feel like, and I mean, I could be biased with this because I follow a lot of singers and a lot of independent artists. I feel as if I've been seeing a lot of artists that that are some singers that are singing some stuff about that has substance,
right? Because it's all about that's
So,
right. Because I was going to say that it really comes back to substance, and because you can listen to all kinds of stuff, and at some point you're going to have to come back to yourself and what your experiences are, and I think that's what people are relating to more. When you hear songs like, it's like what my favorite Indie song is Ready for Love. I'm ready for love. That's my favorite.
That's a good one.
And when you hear those lyrics, or this is just an example, but it will make you think of what you need in your life, or what you're missing in your life, or what it's so deep. And music's always been like that. That none of that is anything new. But I agree with you that at some point you have to come back to what you have to relate to.
Yeah, and I also feel like music. Why does music, or the content and the topic of music, why can't it be a holistic journey? Why can't it be something that we apply to each portion of our lives? Yeah. Like, is it always just about the fact that we're in the bedroom? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just one part of my life.
That's
right.
Just
one thing that I do.
Yep.
Most of the time at night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or whenever we want to. There's no judgment here, ladies and gentlemen. It can be in the morning, whatever.
But there is that, but it's not everything. And I think that teaching the youth, which is important to me, is that we are multifaceted. Like, we don't have to be sexual beings all the time. Sometimes I might look a mess. Sometimes I might be coming through in sweats with my edges not all the way on
Some
point.
dudes are into that.
But I think that it there's an unrealistic expectation of what a woman should be and what a man should be, and what those relationships should look like.
Absolutely true.
Absolutely. And it's actually, that's a great question you asked, Kenya, because I was listening to Nicki Minaj earlier today, and she was talking about this song that she had gotten from Gunna. So Gunna wanted her to be on this song. It was called like P Power, and I'll let y'all fill in the blank, right? And she said she was holding on to the song for months. So if y'all don't know, Nicki Minaj recently had a child, right? And she was talking about how that caused her to what's the word? Like, shift her perspective. Right. So she would listen to this song or like the beat, and she knew, oh, if I come on to this, I'm gonna have to come like lewd, right? Like we know Nicki Minaj to be. And because she has this child now, she was like, okay, I don't want my child to be impressed in that way. Right.
Wow.
Which is really ironic, right? But I want to ask you, having a 17-month-old, like a son, right? How has that changed the way that you approach the song remedy and you approach your artistry?
Question I'm going to hop in, because that's a wonderful question.
Sure is.
Great time.
And we got to get to our music break and everything. So you're listening to KGPC 96.9 FM Oakland, and streaming online at www.kgpc969.org. We're about to go into actually one of Miss Brittany's songs. Can you tell us a little bit about the song before we turn it on real quick?
Yeah, so this is a song off my debut album called Brother, but I performed it on the Soul Development album, so that's what it says, the Brother Extended, and had my brother Kariga do a verse on it with me. Nice. Yeah, the song is
got
a lot of,
albums.
it has a lot of meaning, and it's a really deep story.
Okay, so check it out.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was pretty incredible.
That was.
That's a radio hit right
lost. I was lost.
That was fire.
Yeah.
I mean, that was fire. I was lost, and I think I'm not alone in like, where can we get that?
there. Absolutely.
Because I want that.
Absolutely.
I need that in my life. I need that in my life real bad.
Definitely.
Yeah, and our live audience is probably like, why are y'all jamming? Right, like, y'all gotta listen to KGPC 96.9 to catch that little music break. But I heard some Alicia Keys, I heard some Jasmine Sullivan, I heard a little bit of Beyonce, like some Her, right? But I can also tell there's a whole new level that you can tap into musically, right? So that was pretty incredible.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Yes, but tell us about the album real quick. Like, what's the name of the album? Has it already dropped? Where can people get it?
Please, I need to know where to get that.
So that song is off the album Soul Development's debut album, which is The Soul of Black Folk.
SOL, Soul of Black Folk? Oh, man.
Mm.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so we put that out, I believe, 2018.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
And
when I first got on the Soul Development.
Mm-hmm. And so it is actually a song off my album Journey to Be You, and it sounds so different. It's crazy how it sounds on my album compared to what it sounds like on the Soul Development album.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, have you dropped anything recently, or you have anything in the works?
So I do. I've been working on my Song Remedy album, and haven't dropped it yet. The last thing I dropped was a single called Affection. You can look that up under Brittany Tanner.
Well, on YouTube?
Yeah, I actually have a video on YouTube.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
So
you're
is
a
your
real
YouTube
artist.
channel Brittany Tanner?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Talk to the people.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to start following
ASAP.
ASAP.
Where's Brittany's manager at?
Uh-huh.
You need to get her
She's
at
her own
Coachella.
manager.
I am. That's
Right.
crazy.
For now.
I was thinking about that this morning.
For now. But I want to go back to the question that we asked before the music break. That song was incredible, by the way. Tell us the name of it again. Brother, right? Brother by Brittany Tanner. Is that your stage name, Brittany Tanner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, by Brittany Tanner featuring Kariga Bailey. That was hot. But I want to go back to the question that we asked about, we were talking about Nicki Minaj and her recently having a child as well, and how that shifted her perspective and her approach to the music, right? So I want to ask you the same question. You have a little 17-month young Akai. How has that shifted how you approach your music?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of was already on this path of like doing healing music. So that was there, but I think it kind of changed. I don't know, like I've even more so become like a businesswoman more so than just a musician. And I think just kind of wanting to be able to, one, provide for him. And then I've also kind of like really turned what I do inward and really tried to make sure that what I'm dealing with on the inside of me isn't coming out in any way that will cause him any type of trauma or, cause him to have to do healing on my behalf.
Right.
And so I've really just been kind of like looking at how I practice my self-care and my healing and my self-love. So it looks like me journaling, me listening to affirmations, and me building businesses around all of that. So I could totally see why, she would say that, because it just, I don't know, it just enhances everything. So me, a person that was already doing healing and positive music, it's just like, I just got to turn it up times 10. And I got to really be living this life. I can't be just thinking about it, like, because he sees me at home and he sees how I treat him. He sees how I treat his father. And in a way that I can't hide it.
Right.
I can't fake like, oh, like I closed the door and now he knows. That this is really one type of mommy, like he knows.
Yeah, and as the mother of a son, what I can say, because my child is 12, and what I can say is that as they grow and we know, Kat can attest to this as well, is that they see us always. They are watching us, they are listening, and they don't forget, So whether something good is coming out of our mouth or we're putting something good out into the universe, or whether something bad is coming out of our mouth, they are watching, and they've been watching since the beginning. Their little spirits are watching the moment they're born. Before they're born, they can hear what we're saying and what we're doing. So
I have a question for you. So you, knowing the power of music, right? When your child is at that age and, they can go out and stream whatever, and you hear them listening to something that maybe you wouldn't approve of, do you allow your child to still listen to that and experience that and kind of figure it out for themselves, or do you kind of like shelter them?
I don't think I can. I don't think I can. First of all, his daddy likes to listen to all the stuff. So I mean,
he listens to that little baby.
Yeah, he listens to everything. He listens to everything. So and I feel like I was sheltered as far as, I was deep in church. I was deep in church. I was, filled with the Holy Ghost when I was 12. And I was really like deep into church and taking it seriously as a youth. So I didn't listen to secular music, and I feel like I wish I would have, because I think, I was somewhat, I feel like I was a late bloomer, and I didn't know a lot of stuff that was going on, and I would rather him know and then me be able to, explain it and discuss it with him, because he's going to experience it. He's going to be out in the world.
And if you don't have those open conversations or have a path, or if the child doesn't think he can talk to you,
exactly.
It's like those sitting down with your kid. I do this all the time, just having just deep conversations, because it's out there. And who do you want leading your child's, values?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and because I have four sons, right? 17 about 17 going on 18, 15 going on 16, 12 going on 13, and 8 going on 9. So like spectrum, Right. And
God bless you.
God bless her.
I'm
No, for
retired.
real.
Okay.
I'm retired.
Shout out,
okay?
Mrs. Hadley.
So, but I say all that to say is because it's a lot of times I feel like my sons have to experience certain things in life, and then me holding certain space, just like you were saying, and being able to have those conversations as they're experiencing certain things in life, and letting them choose, right?
Yeah.
Letting them choose, and not just sheltering, keep them like, secluded from a lot of things. And then they're just so infatuated with it, because they've been not exposed to
Exactly.
it.
They're like, ooh,
Yeah.
a whole lot of
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
no, go ahead. See,
right.
see what life is. for
Critical
you.
thinking.
Learn your own lesson.
Yeah, that's right. You have to foster critical thinking in your child instead of just like, this is what you must do. Because when you do that, they're going to go the other way. So why waste your breath?
Absolutely. And let me ask you this, Brittany. So it's part of my responsibility to bring the financial perspective, especially for the aspiring entrepreneurs who want to manifest their dreams as you have, right? So just from a financial perspective, what have you done, or what have you been able to do to keep your business afloat, to make sure that you don't have to like give up on your dreams and go back to like a 9-to-5? Like, how did you get the Song Remedy started from a financial foundation?
So I've had to be very creative. I'm still figuring that out. I'm still thinking of new ways to add streams to my income, and I think that's something that I do on the daily. I'm always kind of strategizing and figuring out what's the next thing, what is the next gig. Like even right now, me and my partner are working on some different workshops, and Kat and I are working on doing a retreat. I think just kind of like always, first of all, I have to give credit to my partner because he has held it down while I have been mostly home taking care of my son. So I have a little bit more flexibility to kind of like, be home and create. Which has been really dope.
Yeah.
But, we kind of developed a lifestyle together as far as we started out, doing stuff like DoorDash and Instacart and Lyft. Exactly. And like I said, I do many things that you might catch me doing somebody's hair one day. You know what I mean? I might be taking pictures another day.
Right.
I can relate.
Yeah, I saw you doing makeup.
I have been for 20 years.
Wow,
All the things.
awesome. So so I've had to learn how to, and being an artist, an independent artist, you gotta learn how to do a lot of different things. You gotta learn how to do your own makeup. You gotta learn how to take videos, do videos.
Yeah.
You might have to learn how to engineer or play an instrument.
Yeah.
So
that's the Issa Rae story from the ground up.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
So have you, through this entire process, made it a huge concern on your own personal health? And what does that look like, from a fitness standpoint for our viewers?
Yeah, so I will say that I probably am in, I can't say the worst shape that I've ever been, but having a child definitely changed what that looks like for me. But I've always been really athletic. I've always, I participated in pretty much every sport you can think of. I played flag football, I ran track, volleyball, baseball, basketball. I was always really active. And
so you're competitive.
And I.
I'm
not going to lose.
Yeah, so I grew up really country, being outside, like a lot of us, when you 30 and up. But so we were outside. I've had rollerblades and bikes, and so I've always been really physical, and I've always really worked out. I've been trying to figure out a better schedule and a different way to commit to that now that I have a child. I think if someone out there that has a playpen in your gym, please let me know.
Kid added some new additions.
Well, and I talk about that all the time because I'm the self-care girl, and always talking about, I just did a presentation on this day before yesterday with a group of women from Dress for Success, right? Shout out to Dress for Success in San Francisco.
Shout out.
Talking about how we fit that in, right? And how we have to schedule anything,
Mhm.
anything, especially when you have a kid and you have a little,
Mhm.
a toddler,
Mhm.
right? Scheduling any little thing. And what does your kind of self-care process look like at this point? Because I understand what you're saying. I mean, you're an entrepreneur, you've got your fingers in a lot of pots, then you've got a new baby, and it's very challenging.
Mhm.
So like, what is it that you do or you trying to do to stay on top of whatever your healthcare practice may be,
Mhm.
whatever your
Mhm.
self-care practice may be? Could it, if it's meditation or
Mhm.
walking or whatever it may be?
Yeah, so I recently have been journaling and
Nice.
listening to affirmations. So that would be the spiritual aspect, praying, and meditating. I do try and eat. So I do eat fish sometimes, but I try
Let's
to eat
go.
mostly vegetables. I haven't eaten meat in over 5 years.
Wow.
I just try and kind of like, do it in moderation. I do like to eat, so I struggle.
You're human.
Yeah,
You're human.
I
It's
struggle.
what you eat, right, Kat?
Right.
Yeah,
Eating is
You are what you
good.
eat, right?
Yeah,
That's
well, I
what-
like
that's
to
the
eat the
saying.
bad
Eating.
stuff.
You on them hot Cheetos, huh?
I like sweets. Sweets is my thing. But, I
A
do
nice
try
ripe
and-
mango will do you right.
You know what? Sometimes that mango don't be hitting like that salted caramel.
Salted
You ain't
caramel,
getting the
people.
right- you ain't
that
getting the
is
right
my
mangoes,
jam.
though.
Oh, you ain't said nothing but a word, okay?
It's almost summertime. We're going to get it going.
No, you are so right. Thank you for the reminder. I try to work out when I can. Usually, like if my partner comes home, as soon as he gets home, I'll be like, I'm going to the gym. So I'm trying, get in the gym. But,
And almost summertime don't mean nothing. You have
whatever
your body looks like, get out there in the
Exactly.
summertime.
No, yeah,
Feel
and-
yourself regardless.
Exactly, no, for real. And I've really had to. I think that has mostly been a part of my self care. Is really kind of like digging deep and looking inward and not feeling like every time I look in the mirror like, you're not the size you were, but just kind of looking like, no, you actually look hella good. Like,
And that's
you
where
look
the
fantastic,
affirmations come in too.
exactly.
That's where
And I had to
affirmations come
do
in.
that. I had to do
Mhm.
that. I
Mhm.
literally had to wake up in the morning and say, I love you.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy, and I'm extremely grateful because I actually realized the change, and I think it's not really just saying the affirmation, but I think believing it and like talking yourself out of the negative thing that you're saying. But
Right.
it's like you almost have to kind of like go back and forth with yourself, like, no, you're not the size you used to be, but it's like, no, but I still look good.
And
Like,
because we
I
have to
still-
think about,
Right.
especially as women, where that negative
yeah,
self-talk comes from.
Yeah.
And that this is a lot of the work that I'm constantly doing with people. Is where does that negative self? It comes very often from this society that we live in.
Right.
A society
It doesn't
right
come
here in
from
the United
Africa
States
at
certainly
all.
does not.
Mm-mm.
At
Certainly
all.
does not. And so we have to look at what we're going to allow within ourselves and the reality and it's just not real.
Right.
It's just not real.
Mm-mm.
We
Right.
want to be healthy. We want
Mhm.
it because we want to live a long life. If you have the things you want to do, you have your kids, all this other stuff, you want to live a long life and you don't want to be falling apart sooner than is necessary.
Right.
So that's a big deal, but it's it certainly has nothing to do with our beauty.
Yeah, no, and I
as
definitely,
women,
and I think
because you're gorgeous, of course.
Thank you. You are too.
Thank you, thank you.
Sister love.
I think that I do believe in making sure that my body is strong, that it can do the things that I want it to do for me. But this isn't my 20-something-year-old body when I have abs and a flat stomach. I don't look like that at this point, but I am still beautiful and I still can enjoy life just as if I did, then.
Right.
So
Absolutely,
Right.
more so.
Exactly.
I mean, because there are so many beautiful things as we get older.
You want to
I
hear
am
something? Y'all,
54,
can I throw
and
something
it's
out
just
there?
getting better and better.
Okay,
Yes,
got something
Kat.
for the people.
I just want to say this, and this is just me talking from my
Oh,
experience.
Kat.
Yes.
Since I was, middle school, high school, college, right? Athlete, playing sports, going crazy. I had a flat stomach, but I never had abs. I didn't have abs until my mid-30s. And I changed. I really focused on what I was putting into my body and the activity. So I say all that to say it's never too late.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's not.
never too
really
late.
is.
I have a better body now than I did when
No,
I
I
was
feel
young.
like you got grown man abs. You got grown man abs and pecs and arms. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely
Cat
feel
has
that.
all the things.
Cat got
Yeah,
We
gorilla
know Cat has
And
all the things.
I strive for that. Like I do, and I think like even last night I tried not to use as much seasoning as I usually use, and I ain't gonna lie, it was not as good as I wanted it to be. But
Use the herbs, just don't kill it with salt.
Salt.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
like salt.
I do too.
I like
We
salt.
gonna
I do too.
retrain
I
them
love
taste
salt.
buds, Brittany. You need to
No,
kick
I
with
am.
like
You need
6
to detox.
months.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It takes time though.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
takes
Keep
time.
working.
Yeah.
Baby steps. I always
yeah.
say baby steps. You know, and you'll get there when it's time for you to get there.
Yeah.
Outstanding. So as we come to a close, this has been a phenomenal conversation. Thank you for joining us, Brittany Tanner from the Song Remedy. But let me ask you this. First, have you heard about April 8th?
Mm-mm.
You ain't heard about April 8th, Brittany Tanner?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness, no wonder, because we haven't talked about it yet. So on April 8th, the Anything Can Happen show is collaborating with BE-IMAGINATIVE and a few other organizations. Oh yeah. So April 8th, stay tuned, y'all. BE-IMAGINATIVE. Now the Song Remedy, Anything Can Happen show. We're bringing it to y'all live. We'll give you more information very soon. But just to wrap up, in terms of vision, right? Where is the Song Remedy going? Where do you see the Song Remedy in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? What impact do you want to leave on the world when it's all said and done?
So I want to be a part of and contribute to generational healing, generational wealth. I see our company being in multiple cities, multiple states, and bi-coastal. I see us really changing lives and changing whole families, and not just the adults, but the children, the elders. More awards, more success, more finances.
More life.
Yeah, more life, all of that. I really,
More freedom.
yeah, I share
Mhm.
that. Yeah, I really want to be a resource to my community. And
You are.
Already, right?
Yeah, so just
So where can the people find you if they want to start their journey right now?
so you can follow me at Brittcan. That's BRITTCTANN. Also follow me at the Song Remedy at the SONGREMEDY on Instagram, and thesongremedy.com is my website. And yeah, I got stuff going on. I post everything on social media.
Excellent.
We gotta have you come back closer to one of these events that you're gonna be
Definitely.
putting on.
Definitely.
Yeah, when she won her first Grammy for that double platinum album.
Yes,
We're gonna make that happen. But thank y'all so much for joining us. This is the Anything Can Happen show with Cat Fitness, Ruby Envy, and your man Quessy Dreams. Follow us on Instagram at ach.show. I repeat, at ach.show. Tune into us live every single Thursday at noon. Catch us on KGPC 96.9 and stay tuned for April 8th. We're bringing it to y'all live. We'll see you next week. Oh, and like and subscribe. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Y'all know what to do. See you next week. Peace. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Love it, love it.
That didn't even feel like an hour.
I know, it goes fast.
fast.
Yeah.
It goes fast. It really does.
I was
And
gonna
it's
say-
so funny too, because there's always something where I'm always like, oh man, I really want to ask her that, or I really like, you know what I mean? There's always something. So that was so great. Thank you so much. We definitely have to connect, because I do a lot of stuff that I think we could definitely connect on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I was gonna say, before you get out of here, if you can give us a quick drop.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
just letting them know, hey, this is Brittany. You're tuned into the ACH show. Make sure you check out this episode. And I put it down as, hold on, let me viewers.
Is the Song Remedy an LLC or an S corp or?